Well, so I
Hi, we're
can't.
back.
We've just like recorded like one of the best podcasts we've done in a while, and we kind of fucked it
And that's
up.
not even just saying that. That was actually like it flowed nicely. We were doing well.
But we're just gonna redo. It's gonna be all good because I fucked up the sound, so completely my fault. I
Nah,
mean,
his computer did. So alright.
yeah, I fucked up a little bit. I fucked up a little bit.
Hannah
Yeah,
sat there like I'm gonna have to listen to all this
we're gonna have
shit
to
again.
redo it because I forgot to like do the deck. What deck sound wasn't recorded.
Oh shit.
Uh,
I mean, they can have they can have a podcast with Steve talking to
yeah, like
himself.
40 minutes of just chatting absolute fuck all, just me talking. And trust me, we don't want that. So, Hannah, we can add your perspective.
Yeah, sure, I'm down.
Sweet. Right, we're going to get your perspective on some things. So, let's start off with the James Charles situation
Yeah,
because that is the one bit we didn't do, so we're going to start with that. So,
James Charles, dirty nonce, needs to
yeah,
get
James,
cancelled.
you can't, yeah. James Charles, what, do you want to be on camera or?
I'm just looking up.
Oh well, no one really cares.
Oh no, 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 no.
All right, that's not happening.
Hi, Hannah.
No, but so James Charles, dirty little nonce. He's been caught talking to multiple children or people not
Okay.
of age, so around 14, 15 and 16. Because the age of consent in America is 18, and I think he's been talking to a few 17-year-olds as well. I mean, fuck me.
It's
This guy's been
disgusting.
caught so many times, and he's received little to fuck all lash, pushback, or anything on it.
Yeah.
Like he's just been like, oh, I didn't know the age, and you know,
They look this old, and
they,
then everyone sees a picture of them and they're like, no, no, they
no,
don't.
they look 10, mate. I'm lucky you didn't get fucking done for child molesting. And he's like sending them dick pics and stuff and all this. And, he had the,
Asking for,
and then the motherfucker had the controversy of trying to turn straight guys gay.
yeah.
That's wrong.
It was wrong, yes.
He,
And
he offered to fly people out to him, kids out to him. He said,
I
I've
know.
got the money, let's make this happen. That's something he'd said to one of them.
And then he uses the excuse of, oh, I'm just really trying to find a boyfriend. I've not really been able to. But then when he went on Logan's podcast, right, he talked
Oh,
about how, yeah, I get loads of guys. They're always coming around mine and stuff and shit like that. And it's just kind of like, you do.
he,
And then also he said on his apology video, which was shit by the way, that what was it? I only like guys who are like my age or older. I don't really like going for people who are younger. And then on Logan's
no,
podcast again, he was like, "Oh, I like people younger, like 17, 18, 19, oldest type of
no.
thing."
What he said, oh my
Oh, go
days,
on, you
this
go.
was my favourite bit that he said. What was he said? Oh, when he goes, I like kids younger, you know, like high school. I mean,
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
and literally straight away, Logan just goes, like, looks at him like, what?
This is going to be played in court.
He's like, obviously, like seniors kind of thing, and like Mike's just there, like they're all just deaking him, like, what are you doing? You're digging holes, like. We've got a whole cancel culture who go after YouTubers and celebrities who have done nothing wrong, and then we've got James Charles who fannies about with makeup, chatting to 15-year-old lads.
Exactly, it's just fucked. Like the guy has done this multiple times, and each time he's got away with it because he was like they lied about their age, and he looked over it,
Yeah,
over the age of whatever, and it's just kind of like
bitch, start asking for passport photos.
exactly start like actually getting ID or something. I mean, like if you're gonna get into this sort of situation, you need to actually fucking deal
Yeah,
with it properly instead
of
of just
course
going,
they're gonna lie
oh, it
about their
happened
age. So.
again, and then it happens again and again and again. It's just
Yeah, they're
so
obviously gonna lie about their age though. Like if you talk like. I'm not this retarded, and I hope anyone that I'm mates with isn't this retarded. But a lot of people, if they're talking to a celebrity or somebody that they hold in high regard, and then they start asking about their age and things like this, they're gonna say they're at an age where they can be talking to them, if you know what I mean. Whether that be like if they were just talking about drinking or something like that over here, and you go, "Oh yeah, I'm 18," kind of thing, like, "Oh, I go clubbing and all this," and you start lying about it. That's all they're doing, but
No, but the thing
on a
is, some of them actually
riskier.
did say their age. Like, the messages have been leaked where...
That's. Have you seen the one where he wished him a happy birthday? A happy. I think he's wishing him a happy 16th birthday. But they started talking when they were 15. When the kid was 15, he wished him a happy 16th birthday, and then carries on messaging him. And then when it all comes out, he goes, he lied about his age. Bitch, there's messages of you wishing him a happy birthday.
It's so fucking stupid, man. Like,
It's ridiculous.
it's how he can fuck up so many times repetitively. Like, it's not even
I
like...
know.
And the thing is, no one hops on his back about it. No one goes, "Oh, that's wrong, you should be cancelled," even though there's this massive cancel culture.
Yeah.
My controversial opinion on this topic is because the guy, right? Not saying that this is exactly why, but I'm just saying this is probably a lot of the reason why. It's because he's gay. He's the biggest gay
Yeah.
YouTuber ever, and they're gonna give him a bit of leeway because he's a minority of some sort, right? And I'm not saying that as in like, "Oh, gays do all this." I'm just saying like, the guy's getting a fucking lot of leeway with underage children because his sexuality isn't straight. And in my opinion, whether someone's straight and does it or gay and does it,
I,
they
I
deserve
was
to go
more
to
going to
prison.
say I was going to say it's more because once again this is us digging ourselves in holes,
Oh well.
but I think it's because it's happening more to lads. Because
Yeah.
if it was happening to a girl, I'm not going to lie, you'd see a lot of lads being like, "That's disgusting," because lads don't like that either. But when it happens to a lad, you don't see like it's not typical for a girl to stand up for a lad, is it? Because
No.
that's not the way things are done. So they don't, which is fair enough. But they shouldn't have to, if you know what I mean. Which means when it happens to a lad, it kind of just goes, and
Exactly. Yeah.
there's
It's
nothing
kind of
said
like.
about it.
I mean, when's the last time you heard a serious sexual assault case on a guy? It doesn't happen. Like, the thing is, a lot of these problems are with women, and I completely understand that because they're a lot more vulnerable than guys are. But when
Yeah,
it's a guy who's getting sexually assaulted or like underage consent kind of thing, with the Charles situation, it kind of gets swept under the rug and forgotten about, and the
well,
police don't
it's
even get
like
involved.
so many like people say about how the stats of male rape are wrong because men don't come forward about it. You have so many guys who have come forward about this guy and nothing's happened about it, which reinforces guys not wanting to come forward about it because nothing's happened.
Mm. And most of it's come from like the guy's mates or something, where it's kind of like, yeah,
Yeah,
this is sus.
yeah. Like, if something had happened to me, and then I was on Twitter and I'd seen, oh, this guy and he's calling him out. Sorry, one sec.
No, but the thing is, guys, is Hannah, I want your opinion. Why do you think James Charles is getting it swept under the rug?
I think it's because he's got a big cult following of 12-year-old girls who think everything he does is just perfect.
Yeah, like the perception that there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with him.
That's why that apology video had 10k views and 9k likes in the first minute. It's because all these girls look up to him so much, but he's such a bad role model. It's disgusting.
I mean, we've had so many sort of things like this on YouTube, and then they've been cancelled and stuff, and then with James Charles, nothing's happened. Because he does have that big following of 12-year-old girls who only look up to him, and also the fact that he's gay and he's going to get away with it a little more, and then also the fact that he the guy thing that you were talking about, how like men just don't come forward.
Yeah. I think it's hard because like I think I was half what you're saying, but like if I was someone who something had happened to, and I go on Twitter and I see a load of guys who have exposed someone for doing something that's happened to me to them,
Yeah.
and nothing happening to the guy who's done it, and him still getting away with it, still doing videos, still making money, doing all this, and living like nothing's happened. Then I'd never come forward about anything that's happened to me because I'd be like, all right, well, he is literally in the spotlight. So many people know who he is. So many people have at least heard his name, and yet he's being allowed to do that. Like, imagine Adam Sandler had done it.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
comedian, big actor, absolute hilarious guy. Imagine though, tomorrow you wake up over Twitter, there's even just 5 allegations against him. Straight away, he'd be cancelled from movie roles. He'd be cancelled from adverts. Sponsorships would be gone.
Career would go down and crash.
Yeah, James Charles still probably gets sponsors. Still does brand deals, I bet. Like,
It's like nothing ever happened.
yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand it.
His apology video is so poor as well.
I've not even bothered watching it because I didn't want to listen to it.
Neither have I, but I've only heard bad things about it. There's not been a single person who said, actually, to be fair, he made a good point, or he apologised, he owned up to everything. He
Yeah.
just kind of went, look, I didn't know what their age was. Hi, sisters, didn't know what their age was.
Gosh, so he does my head in.
Right. I think, again, James Charles is just... all he cares about is the money, and he just wants to take advantage of people.
Yeah,
And get whatever they can out of them.
easily. I think he's only on the YouTube scene for money. I don't think he actually really cares what happens.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the beauty community have had a lot of problems, and it's just all been swept under the rug like nothing ever happened.
Yeah. He will get away with it as well, and I bet he does it again.
Oh, 100%. Like, think about it.
I bet he's probably already doing it again.
Yeah. If a criminal, for example, like, he did a crime, and then it got swept under the rug, right? He'd do it again and again and again, because he's going to profit from that, or he's going to get something out of it, type of thing, until he gets stopped.
I'm just. It's not like there's not even evidence or anything like that. Like, there's so much about him, and it's like one of the kid's parents asked him to take it. Like this, I thought was wrong. So there's a screenshot of messages of one of the guy who we wish happy birthday to. After he put him online, that kid's parents asked him to take everything down because they were getting called from the police, and the kid didn't want to say anything about it. So his parents said if he didn't want to have to say anything about it, he was going to have to take everything down.
That's wrong.
Imagine
I think that's
being
wrong
them
by the parents, by the way.
definitely.
They should fucking
Imagine being
make
them
their child
parents.
go forward about it.
Yeah.
1, because it's disgusting and wrong, and 2, he could get a lot of money out of that. He'd be
My guy
effectively
would
killing a
be
heavy
on
cash
pay
cow right
years.
there, right? That guy'd be sorted for life. If he went for
He's
that.
there when he's actually of age, sitting there, little lager, beautiful on the beach. For
No,
now, his
but
parents might let him have a lager shandy.
oh, stop it! Don't
I know.
Don't be cheeky. Remember, these guys are American.
Oh yeah. That'd probably go straight to his head, wouldn't it? It's the bubbles in the lemonade.
Bubbles. When he finds out his mum's put a little bit of wine in his food.
Yeah. It's cooking wine as well, but he's still vibes.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, before you know it, they'll have a rape allegation, they'll have a sexual assault allegation, they'll have a relationship that's underage and stuff like that. And what'll happen either is people will wake up and go, "This guy needs to be fucking stopped because this is a serious crime that this guy's committed that everyone's ignoring," or they'll sweep it under the rug pretending they'll happen again.
Oh, I can't. It frustrates me so much, you know.
I
'Cause I
know,
hate
like,
people.
why out of everyone is this fucking scumbag and getting away with it?
Like, if it was genuinely like anyone else who had such a following, but it wasn't in makeup, it was in sports, boom, gone straight away.
Done.
If it was in music,
Done, done,
boom, gone
done.
straight away.
I mean,
Like,
look at Kevin Hart, for example, right? This is quite ironic because it was a homophobic tweet and this guy's gay, right? For example, he got taken away the Oscars. Apparently, it was his dream to host the Oscars. Very weird dream, but it is
it's
what it is.
yeah, but it's a big thing.
And that guy is perfect. Kevin Hart, nicest guy ever. In fact, he's so perfect. He's 4 tweets shy from being away from perfect because of
Yeah,
homophobic comments that he made in 2012 that got brought
he's
up
a
in
fucking
2018. For fuck's
comedian.
sake.
He's a comedian, bro. I want to hear that shit. I'm not being funny. I want to hear comedians make jokes that we can't make.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
That
Or
is
the
their
ones
job.
that are, the whole point of being a comedian is making taboo jokes that no one's going to say because that's what being a comedian is. Saying things that are going to shock people into laughing. The whole point is
That's
to
like
make people laugh.
you know. Oh, I can't remember his second name, but Sean, some Sean guy, quite old. He was on like 8 out of 10 cats and like countdown and things like that. He's been on. He's a comedian. But
Oh
he's
yeah, the ginger
hilarious.
guy.
Yeah,
His
he's got.
dry
He's like
humour's brilliant.
yeah. He's great. Like, and he'll literally make a joke and then be like, "Don't even try and come at me." He goes, "It's a fucking joke," and like the crowd is laughing, and he's like, "And for anyone who tries to come at me, fuck off."
Exactly, because that's what it's meant to be about. It's not being a comedian isn't about joking about some funny thing that you saw in the streets. It's about joking
Yeah,
about some serious thing you saw that was just fucking hilarious. But it might be a bit touchy to talk about for some people because everyone's a pussy nowadays, right?
yeah,
And I think comedy is brilliant, right? And that sort of thing should be allowed for, like, example, the Kevin Hart thing because he wasn't being serious. He's not going to smack his son over the head with a dollhouse because he's fucking gay, right?
yeah.
That is quite clearly a joke.
Joke.
But what James Charles is doing isn't a joke. It's actually sexual assault on a minor or
He's literally wanting to act on it, and the kid's saying he can't.
it's
And then he goes,
literally he's
"I'll buy
being
you a plane ticket. I've got money. I want this to work. So I'll get you a plane ticket over here. I'll take care of you. All you've got to do is come here."
yeah, I know. It's like literally this guy might be a paedophile. A fucking he's he's messaging inappropriately to underage kids that are 14, 15, 16, and I think there was one 17-year-old. And
Oh, he's moving up the ladder at least.
no, he's moving
He's
down. I
getting
think
there.
the first one was fucking 17.
Oh, fucking hell. I was
Before
going to
you
say at
know
least he's
it,
getting better, but
before you know it, he'll be in fucking hospitals nicking kids out of prams, right? Where's it going to stop? He'll be
he's going to get a second job at a baby shop.
yeah, he's going to be fucking become a cradle snatcher, the cheeky bastard. He, kids
He'll
will
get a
go
James
missing.
Charles makeup ban and offer kids sweets. They'll be able to make a new child snatcher at least. You know, in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. James Charles started. The only movie you could get. So, James, could you use your past experiences to really delve deep with your character in this?
It is.
R. Kelly comes out of nowhere.
What was that? Jim will fix it reappears. Oh, I mean,
Cancelled.
like, it. Quite frankly, is just disgusting.
It is.
And I
Like,
swear he's like 22.
I don't even know how old he is.
He's
but
illegal to
fucking
drink in
weak.
America.
Does my head in.
It's just a bit fucked. It is just a bit fucked.
Oh, just a tad.
Just a tad. But as we can see today, Louis is not joining us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We didn't even we didn't even say about it, did we? Forgot.
Yeah, because
So basically, Louis dead.
yeah, he drank a little too much,
Yeah.
and he's decided to pussy out. Even though we moved the podcast date for him, still a no show.
Yeah. And even after 40 minutes of filming, still no
Yeah.
show.
Because actually, technically it's an hour now, but yeah, we move.
Great. Go on. We'll reinvent the topics we've spoken about, but don't worry.
So let's talk about Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's quite a bit about Logan Paul.
there is. Well, or should we start with Jake Paul and Ben Askren? I think we should start with Jake Paul and then move on to Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on then. We'll start with Jake and
Ben
his
Askren.
terrible body shots at conferences and
Fucking
how
child.
fucking boring it was.
Basically, it was just it was Jake Paul being a child, like making children's comments,
Yeah.
trying to be funny, he's just trying to be his older brother.
He is. He's there trying to bring, like, it, you know when have you seen any of the? Oh, who did it? There was a series on YouTube that was like playground insults. I can't remember who did it. It
was a radio station that did it. BBC.
Was it a radio station? So yeah, that reminds me of the fucking shit Jake was coming out with. Ben sat there trying to have a press conference, which, to be fair, the way Jake was going about it, he was trying to get it advertised like the KSI Logan, where they were making childish, stupid jokes at each other, but both their fan bases are from like kids to adults, so it was humour that would be laughed at, mainly because it was stupid what they were saying.
Yeah.
But when you're talking to somebody who's an Olympic wrestler, known for being a very good wrestler, held in high regards in that sport, went to MMA, got the shit kicked out of him, still did very well, got a 5-second knockout done on him, career ending. But the difference in them is Jake's a child, Ben's used to this world, used to the press conferences, used to the way fights are promoted. Jake's just not.
I mean, did you see the face-off that happened? It was so funny.
I didn't watch the face-off bit. That's the bit that I didn't watch.
Right, so what happened is Jake Paul's like coming at him as Ben Askren's walking away. So Ben Askren faces, hands off his face, and then he hits him, like, here, and Ben Askren does not flinch.
I have seen the hit bit. I've seen like when Ben like pushes him and carries on walking. But to be fair to Jake, the only thing that I'll give him is he has gone for a proper swing, but he opens his hand at the last second, so he does hit him with an open palm. But if you're still putting that much power into it with an open palm, you'd flinch.
Yeah,
Ben,
you'd at least he
doesn't
fucking
flinch
walk,
at
doesn't
all.
move. It's so brilliant. I mean, I think that just sums up the whole fight that's going to happen. Is Jake Paul's going to be hitting him, and Ben Askren won't feel a thing.
Yeah,
because Ben Askren is not a striker.
But he'll come out looking beaten, and I rate he will lose. But that's just because he can't fight back in a boxing style. If it was wrestling, boom, it'll be over in 20 seconds.
Yeah, like fucking on the floor, choke.
Yeah, literally. But it's not. So I rate Ben's going to take a beating. Jake's going to think he's going to knock him out in the first 2 rounds. The only way Ben's going to win is 8th round. Ben's going to somehow learn how to punch and knock him out. Jake's going to be absolutely knackered.
The only way there's going to be a knockout is if Ben finds himself in the 7th, 8th round and swats him one, because Jake will get tired because he'll be constantly throwing punches.
Jake's going to be going for a knockout and Ben's just going to be going to last the round.
To be fair though, that actually might be Ben might win, actually, if you think about it, because if he goes for the knockout blows, it's not going to go well, and he's going to tire himself out within 3 rounds.
But it will tire Ben out still, because obviously, as much as Ben is, to be fair, a hard guy, like, he will take a beating. But it's not. It's going to be. They're still going to hurt. Like, I don't think Jake punches like a pansy. Like, he's done enough training to know how to punch. Like he's gonna know how to hurt him. But Ben's used to it. He's literally in all his MMA shit. You can see Ben will come out fucked up, but will have won the fight.
Oh, it's a shame because I don't think we're going to see Jake Paul get his face smashed in, which is a real shame. Because I'd love
But
to
I'm
see.
begging there's like a TKO or some shit like this, and like Ben wins somehow.
Yeah,
Bro,
I want to see Jake Paul come out this fight with his face look like it's been through a fucking meat grinder. But the sad thing is, I don't think it's going to happen.
I beg one time Jake does MMA, you know, because I want someone to catch him with that flying knee, boom, up against the cage, just fucking leathering shit out of it.
Be so good, like just watching him get absolutely mauled in an MMA fight.
Oh, literally, imagine just the worst thing was. If like an MMA fight was to happen, I'd want to be seeing him getting choked, let go, beaten up, choked. Like I just want them just to be
Just
brawling,
pure abuse. No, nothing else about it. I just
refs
want that kid
stepping in like, stop, you're killing the kid.
He's dying. I'm gonna lose my job.
He's like, Mom, come on, chill out.
Fucking CPR. Oh. No, but in the press conference, Jake said a few things that was a lot similar to what his brother said to KSI. Like he did the look at the cock on this guy, like which is exactly what Logan did to KSI. Yeah. And that, when Logan did it, you know what, it was kind of funny. But when Jake did it,
you gotta laugh. I think also what Jake was saying a lot was like, oh, that was good, that bit. Let's just say it again and wait for everyone to laugh this time. Bro, it was a virtual press conference. They were getting the questions from people on like computers and things like this. So they only had one person in there. I'm pretty sure. I think they had one person. Obviously, the people filming it and things like this. So the only laughs you're gonna get are from people working, like not people who are there to big it up and things like this. So you're not gonna get a laugh. It's not a comedy club. Like it's a press conference.
It ain't fucking laughs and giggles, fucking press conference. Yeah. It's just what it's all about. It's just kind of like you go in there, you talk, you answer questions, you chat your shit, and then you get out.
Yeah.
Make the media happy.
Literally, that is it. Make the media happy and fuck off.
But I mean, Logan did really well in boxing, in my opinion. He tried his best, didn't quite succeed, and that's that.
Yeah, he knew. He knew. I say he knew when to stop. He still wanted the Floyd.
Yeah. Is that happening?
God knows. I'm not seeing anything about it, to be honest. But it'd be an awful move on Mayweather's part if it was to.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I think Mayweather's looking at a get out option. You know what I mean? At this point.
A get out option, bro. Did you see the money he made from the McGregor thing?
It was like 200 mil.
Yeah, he does not need to fight. His record is beautiful. He doesn't need to fight.
Is he 50 or 51 or no?
Pardon?
Is he 50 or 51 or no?
I think he might be 50, you know, now. Because he was 49, which is why I'm pretty sure he wanted to take the McGregor fight.
No, he was 48 when that happened.
Was he 48?
And then he did one in Japan, which got him to 50. No, but I think Logan at the moment, his advertising is off the fucking charts.
Yeah.
Like, the shit that he's done with the WWE stuff, where he's got the SmackDown that's definitely happening.
Yeah.
And possibly WrestleMania, which is the biggest thing in the WWE world, and it's always trending when it's going on. Like,
that's what I mean. My Twitter, I don't even really use Twitter, but the notifications I get from it pisses me off. Does my head in though.
It's just there's so much money in this fake wrestling stuff. I mean, it's insane. Like the guy knows exactly what he's doing. He's purposely going for that money. Like going, I'm gonna do that WrestleMania. I'm gonna do the SmackDown. I'm gonna win. Hopefully, he gets staged to win the SmackDown. Hopefully,
yeah.
I think he'll definitely win the SmackDown, and that is why they're saying that he might do WrestleMania. And then in WrestleMania, I reckon he'll get second or third. I think he'll come out of nowhere, and then he's going to be like quite a constant character in it.
Yeah.
I think he's.
I think he'll be like a feature piece, actually. I don't think he'll be a constant character. I think he'll be like a feature piece. So they'll be like, and this week we've got back, like, Logan Paul.
He'll come out in his
The
Maverick
YouTube.
gear and stuff like that.
This kid and the money he makes from that is ridiculous.
He made over $1 million in one day one time.
I know. Yeah, and he did it 3 days running, lad.
Yeah,
he did that 3 days running.
He ain't running low on peas.
No.
He ain't running
Like,
low on peas.
I touched on in the last one about Casey Neistat on a podcast with whose podcast was it again?
H3H3.
H3H3. Saying about how when he was doing his daily vlogs, getting like 5 million views casually on each one, he wished he would have done merch because he had the idea to, but never did it because he felt like he was just he knew his fans would buy it, and he felt bad because he didn't want to use it as just another way to make money. He didn't see the fact of how connecting it is with his fans, which he literally said he regretted because he knew it could have made them closer.
People don't buy the merch just to buy the merch. They buy the merch and they feel closer to the favourite creator and stuff like that. I mean,
it's like, how much Syndicate stuff have you got?
Repping some of it right now.
But there you go then. And is that a Syndicate poster in the background?
Yes, it is, with another one next to it, but it's behind the
TV. There you go.
Yeah, it's just like... merch is the way to go if you want to expand your fan base, because people might buy your merch because it looks good, not just because they like you. They might find you out through your merch type of thing, because it's just... everyone needs clothes to wear in the day, so why not buy something nice?
The
nice
person who I think at the moment's doing the best with, it's not really merch, but Callux, his no-to-ways.
Yeah, Callux, he brought out them shoes.
He's done, I want to say 3 lots, but I think it's 3. He's done 3 lots of shoes. The last lot, his newest pair, if I remember correctly, sold out in 6 minutes. And I can't even lie, the look of the shoes, everything is something I'd get, but I don't have the money at the moment. So, but like genuinely, it's something I'm keeping my eye out for. If like when I have the money, when work's back open, I might actually get a pair because they look amazing.
Yeah, because he has like full-on like shoe designers working on it and stuff.
He
Where
did
they know about the latest trends or the upcoming trends that are going to happen and stuff like that. I think advertisement in that sort of perspective on YouTube is the biggest thing you can do.
Well, that's what Casey also said. He was like, "Why would you pay?" Like he used Coke as a Coca-Cola as an example. He was like, "Think about it, NBA. You've got the big like in the middle of a game, or NFL when they have the Super Bowl. Coca-Cola will pay millions of pounds for a 30-second advert.
4 million you get for a Super Bowl ad.
Is it? Well, there you go. 4 million for a 30-second advert at most. In the middle of a game where people go for a piss, go on their phone to see whatever all the other fans are saying on Twitter, Facebook, get more drinks, get food, whatever. Or you could pay like a couple $100,000 for a 90-second explanation shout out with a YouTuber who's connected with their audience, and will make sure that it lives up to what they're wanting, and will talk in the language that their audience understands. As soon as he said it, I was like, well, why wouldn't you? I was like, that is so much like better, because if I'm watching something, I can't be asked skipping like 30 seconds to skip the ad. I'm just gonna listen, aren't I? Like,
yeah. No, but you see, the thing is, with you, especially, actually, yeah, Casey Neistat, I'm surprised he didn't do the merch, because he did a lot of sponsors, and it's the same concept as merch. Your loyal fans are going to go buy the stuff that you
it is,
say
but
is
I think,
good.
I can't really remember what he said, but I think it was along the lines of something like, he did it like, he'd only like he even said he's turned down like $1 million deals because he didn't like him or he didn't think his fans would like him, so he just didn't do them. And he was like, he's turned down so many deals that like could have just sent his kid through like top colleges, and that just from that deal. But he's not done them because he knew his fans and he didn't want to abuse his channel like that. Which I think he said he thought that's what he would be doing with merch. And then like later on he was like, I was completely wrong. He was like, I should have. He was like, because as soon as now that I've seen what's happened with it, he's like, I was so wrong. He was like, actually, that's up there with like the things he regrets on YouTube not doing.
Oh yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Because he would have made millions and millions and millions from just fucking
Well,
selling
he was
clothes.
saying obviously the money, but he was like the way he would have connected with fans, like when he'd have seen his fans out in the streets wearing it.
Because his channel is like, it's dipped quite a lot recently, and I think if he sold merch, it wouldn't have dipped as hard. I think
Yeah,
he
yeah,
still have a fan base that wants to watch every video that he does.
yeah.
But now
It's just because
looking
he's. I think the main dip was because he stopped doing his daily vlogs. But his reason was for wanting to spend more time with his kid, which is completely fair. He's done YouTube quite a long time, like,
he's an
and he's
OG.
put hours in. Like, imagine doing daily vlog. Like, I can't remember what number he got up to, but he
It was
definitely did at least a year of.
400s, I
Yeah,
think.
that's what I mean.
Like, he did a fuckload of vlogs. Like, it would have been effort to put that out every day, and like that would have
That is a grind.
that is a fucking hella grind because like he's just like constantly recording, editing, uploading, recording, editing, uploading.
Yeah,
And he was making so much bank,
yeah.
so
He
many views.
he could easily just drop off and not care.
Yeah, exactly. But he doesn't because he's a really sound guy.
He is, yeah. Like I still watch bits time to time. I never really watched him loads, but I always
Neither.
watch bits time to time.
I've never really watched him to be fair.
You know, I know Dan loves him.
Does he?
Yeah, every video. I always get Snapchats of him watching Casey Neistat.
Oh right, never knew that. Never knew that about Dan.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
but Casey Neistat has a massive audience, and he's very demanded because people want to watch his videos.
yeah.
But Logan Paul and advertising's another level because he's fucking done the Masked Singer as well.
Yeah,
What isn't this guy doing at this point? Like, it's just the Masked Singer.
He's had a big turnaround,
where he's
and like we don't even mind him anymore. Like obviously,
I like it. I think he's sound.
I'm not at the stage of liking him, but I'm at the stage of I'll tune into Impulse podcasts that when they're talking about things I want, like I want to hear about. Like I won't watch a full one, but I'll watch like the clips and things like that.
Yeah. No, but the thing is with Logan, he did this Masked Singer thing where he was on the TV show and he did his song. He like properly like did all the hints and stuff, and then judges were guessing and stuff like that. But it blew up because it sounded so much like him, like in the song, and everyone was like 100% Logan Paul, 100% Logan Paul, 100% Logan Paul. So he got voted off, so people could confirm their ideas that it was Logan Paul.
Yeah.
And it ended up being like, right, it's him, and it was just like fair play to him. That is a big audience that he's just gone to, and
Well, he's got such a big audience, of course they're gonna find him out. But to be fair, him getting found out like so easily has just helped him.
yeah, exactly, because it blew up. Like YouTube, there were like so many YouTube videos of it, and there were people tweeting about it and stuff like that because he was the grandpa monster or whatever it was, and it was just it. I think he would have gained so many subscribers off of that just alone.
Yeah.
Like, because people have gone, oh, who is this guy? He seems quite like a sound guy, and then obviously watch some of his videos.
He is smart. You've got to give him it.
Yeah, I mean, like look at the Maverick Club. He was the first to do that sort of thing where they pay $5 to $10.99 or whatever dollars a month.
There's loads of them in it.
And there's hundreds of thousands of them, which is millions a month.
Imagine like we're there. Like I get paid weekly at the moment. But people get paid monthly. You wait. First of the month comes. Say you get paid on the first. Boom. First of the month comes. You get your money. Him, he gets he'll get like I'd say probably at least $1 million.
Well, I think he has over.
Actually, no.
Think about it,
That's
right?
wrong.
Let's shoot in the middle. Say $750 a month, right?
Yeah.
100 and
How many subscribers does he have? Let me check this.
22 mil.
I'm just gonna quickly check. But yeah, I know he's got numbers.
Yeah, and literally about I reckon 200,000 people are on there, and I think he's edging over. I think maybe 300,000, but literally he'll be getting like 1.5, 2 million a month off of it, which is it's kind of passive income. Even though he has to do like some videos, he'll do some meetups. He'll do.
He's on 22.9 million subscribers.
Yeah, there you go. He's gone up since that singing thing.
Yeah.
Mass Singer, definitely. Because I remember him only being on like 22.1.
But like, yeah, literally, as soon as you're searching Logan Paul, straight away you get SmackDown come up like as recommended. You get Mass Singer. You get literally, just straight away you get Joe Rogan talking about his brother and things like that. Like, the Paul name is everywhere. To be fair.
Yeah, I mean, like, most people have heard about it and stuff like that. Like, my mum.
I've
even
never
knows
heard
about
of the Mass
Logan
Singer
Paul.
before Logan Paul was uncovered
Exactly.
on it.
Exactly. Like, even my mum knows some degree who Logan Paul is, like because of the
Yeah.
boxing match that happened, and then
And because of
yeah, and obviously because of the the tree ornament that he found.
Okay, swiftly moving on.
No, but I think his advertising is bang on, and the Maverick Club,
Yeah, I'd
he
say
gives away a little
when he
bit of
first
money. He
started his
meets up with them
merch,
and he puts exclusive videos out on them. He basically made an audience for his super fans.
yeah,
made like a
when he
platform.
first started his merch, I didn't agree with it because all he did was push it. Now he doesn't push it as much because it's so known. So he did it right, but he did it wrong. If you know what I mean. He's got to.
Well, no,
He's got to.
he has to push that sort of thing. I think.
He had to push it, yeah. But I'd say there was all you heard was about it, kind of thing, in every video. Like, obviously, in every video, like Sidemen, I think Sidemen do it right because it's at the end of the video, or they'll make a joke about it in the middle of a random video, kind of thing,
And they'll
and that's
say
about
like
it.
the code where you can get a discount and stuff like that. Yeah.
He'd be like, right guys, and remember to go and definitely buy. He's like, buy it. He's like, come on. He goes, if you want to support me, buy it. Like, it's the words
Yeah, I
he
guess it's a
used.
bit. That's the American way, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
You got to think of it like that as well. British just
When
kind
you
of
put
go,
it like
you
that,
can
yeah.
go buy my clothing. I don't really give a fuck. Go for it. And then America's like, yo guys, come and join me in my Maverick Club and
Let's
hang
have 4
out.
Bud Lights and get wankered.
No, but then you have the Nelk Boys who have also done it. They were the
Love
second
them.
people to it. They're brilliant. Fucking Steve will do it with
Absolute
his
cunts, I
drinking
love them.
antics, which are fucking class. Fucking gambling all his money away, loses 300,000, gains 300,000. It's all over the place with that guy, but I think he's brilliant. Steve will do it.
Yeah.
Probably one of my favourite people to watch at the moment
Yeah,
because he's just fucking class. He's hilarious. Can't beat him, and they're getting into a lot of legal trouble.
Oh my days! Like their last video, they're in like there's so much. Like the last video, they've not uploaded because 2 of them are on Grand Theft Auto charges. I think Kyle is under investigation about the protest. Steve's also under investigation about the protest. I'm fairly
I
sure.
think so, yeah.
Bradley Martin's in the stinker. I know he's not actually part of Nelk, but he's a very common feature.
Yeah,
He's in the
stinker for the gym stuff, opening his gym. Yeah, it's just I think you can tell that I think the last people who do like real pranks and stuff. You know what I mean? Like where they're generally going out into public and pissing around with people, and it's not all paid
Yeah.
actors.
I think it's great when they pretend to do. See, I'm not gonna lie. It's like what we do when we're messing about, but on such a bigger scale.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like when we're messing about, it's like it's not really affecting anyone. But then
No.
when they're doing it, they're like where Kyle got fucking put in a Ohio prison for like a day and a half because he fucking went into a library with like a hazmat suit with blood all over it, saying, "Is there a book for dummies how to clean up a body?" And then it's
Yeah.
like, police. It's just I think their videos are insane. Like the way
Yeah.
that they push
It
them
makes me
and
laugh that they put their mugshots on T-shirts as well. Though that is hilarious.
yeah, like the
I
Steve
can't.
will do it one, you have the Kyle one, and you have oh
Jesse's got one, hasn't
Jesse.
he?
Jesse stopped doing all the videos now. He's focused on the managing clothing and all that. I think, and he's sobered up as well.
Yeah, and he's good at it. To be fair, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's been he's done a couple videos on like what goes on, and to be fair, he actually knows what's going on. It's not like he's. I mean, he obviously exaggerates, like, but that's because he's trying to get it to come across to an audience. But you can see he does actually know what's going on, and not
Oh
he's
yeah,
not
yeah.
just kind of stood around.
I think he was the brains behind the whole operation from the start.
Yeah, him and Kyle definitely were the ones who. I think Kyle was more the ones who put like the videos into execution, whereas um, Jesse was more like, "This is what we can do with it, though. Like, this is where we can take it."
This is how we can push it and advertise it and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They came from nowhere as well. They came from
Well, they
Canada.
got Steve off Instagram.
Yeah. They literally just found Steve like, yo, you want to hang out?
Yeah, come, we'll fly you over, do a couple drinking things with us,
Yeah.
and then a week later they're like, "Oh, do you want to come over again and do it again?" And then after that, they just
Now they're just living the constant life of flying around and going to UFC events, and they're the first ever. They're the first people like that the UFC have partnered up with since they had the ban on advertising.
oh really?
Yeah, so UFC had a big ban on advertising at one point, saying only Reebok we can advertise, and obviously they'll pay people, and then Monster as well and stuff like that. But basically, the cage used to be like crowded with sponsors, like there were things every
Yeah.
like 2 centimeters, and now they've like cut it all down, and then they're the Nelt Boys are the first people where they've actually gone, you know what, fuck it, we'll sponsor it, and we'll partner up with them. And I thought that was amazing because Dana White's such a class guy.
He's funny, isn't he?
He's brilliant. He's just
He's one of them who don't really care what he says
yeah,
either.
yeah. He's like there in casinos, fucking taking like 2 mil off him just like easily because he can count cards, getting kicked out of casinos and stuff.
What was the series? Him, Joe Rogan,
And
someone else.
Oh no, I don't think it was Joe Rogan. No. I think you're
Was it
wrong.
not?
No, it was basically this. There were other UFC fighters, and they went around to amateur or professional cage fighting.
No, it was
things.
Joe Rogan. I swear. I'm searching this. I'm sure it was.
It wasn't Joe Rogan. He looked like Joe Rogan. He had the same bald and
I know
stuff. But
there was a Matt guy, or wasn't it? Matt Summit.
yeah. That's the guy that you're thinking of. That's Joe Rogan.
I thought it was the three of them. Like, yeah, it might have just been.
No, it's not Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's
But I like
just
that.
commentator / comedian.
Because they seen that Sugar Shane, whatever his name is, who's now doing really well. They seen his fight, and that's how. Because when I saw that Sugar Shane, whatever, come up, I was like, I've seen this kid in there.
Yeah. They like go around and they fucking look for new fighters to sign.
Yeah, and they were going about loads of different ones. I'm just seeing if we can find a thing to see
But
what it
no,
was.
I think the UFC do it right.
Yeah.
They keep it real. What is it? I can't remember what it's called. UFC looking for a fight or something. No, but it's not Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's commentator and a comedian. but he loves the sport and he's got a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and fuck me, he's got a kick on him.
Yeah, looking for a fight.
It's not like Joe Rogan, it's a different guy.
It's the Matt guy I was saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I thought that was quite funny to watch.
Oh yeah, fucking hilarious. I mean, they just go and do some random things and go watch a fight.
Yeah.
I think it's class.
But the fights they'd watch as well, some of them would pop off.
Oh yeah, some of them would be fucking insane.
Like so many times, like the fight would come over to the cage and be like, "Watch this, knockout! He's going down!" And then like 30 seconds later, kid would be sparked, like absolutely great.
No, because a lot of the outside communities that are from the UFC who also do professional fighting have some really, really like dodgy fights where they'll like go, we'll allow you to do that, even though it's completely illegal in the fighting stuff. Like the fucking 12-6 elbow where it's like directly on the forehead where it gives people brain damage and shit. They'll be like,
It was more 11-6.
It was more like a 1-6, or no, but basically you're not allowed to do that to that because it's a swift movement that goes directly in the middle of the forehead and it can like crack the skull and stuff and give brain damage. So you're only allowed to do the swooping.
Well, yeah, don't they
side
say
elbow.
like if you have like your hand open and do it, it's like you're cutting. Whereas if like you've got your hand like closed, you're more likely to.
So what it
actually,
is usually you're meant to go like that. It's like let's say, let's use a clock again, 3-6, where it hits him in the side of the face, which does a lot of damage, by the way. But what it is what, so that's legal, and this used to be legal where it went from like that, and then they brought their elbow down like that. And you should watch some of the fights where that happens, and it seriously does not end well. Like they're just there unconscious for like 5-10 minutes, and it's just fucking. Because think about it, you go like that. Instead of hitting my phone like that, I'd be hitting it like that,
I know.
smashing the screen, and it's just there's some insane things that happen there. It's like what the fuck is happening? You know what I mean? No, but in other news of fighting, you have the Annie Song Gibb and
Taylor Holden. Gibbs the favourite to do it. I don't think it's been announced as of yet, but he is the favourite.
It's looking like it might be him. Thoughts on that?
Taylor's, if I remember correctly, I believe Taylor's the one with the most fighting experience, like boxing experience. Gibb, obviously, not. We've seen Gibb in action.
He's got experience, but whether that experience meant anything at the time.
Yeah, he's not got the technique. He tried to take it too much as a. I know this probably sounds stupid to most people who don't know much about boxing either, but he tried to take it more as a fight than a boxing fight. He like even though he went in low, like completely wrong. Like if you're in a street fight, you'd have just been absolutely clattered straight away.
Yeah.
But he went in more like a fight, like he's swinging like all over the place kind of thing. He's just trying to keep him away. Whereas if Gibber comes in and he's upright and he's got his arms up kind of thing, like he's parrying. If he walks in and parries that first shot, I'd back him.
Yeah, I think
I'd say he could
just
win.
basing off his previous fight.
But yeah, no, I'm gonna say he's gonna lose.
Yeah.
Because the videos I've seen from Taylor, they're pretty mega. Like he's hitting pads, like he's moving, he's actually twisting his body and stuff correctly.
Getting momentum in the swings.
Like you can even see, like in one of them, he's there, but he's like making sure his shoulders coming up and stuff. Like he's clearly sparred before. He's clearly actually had experience. Like
the guy knows what he's doing. I think if Gibb goes into the fight like he did before, where he's like really low down, he's kind of like that. He's gonna get absolute bollocks. He's gonna trip again. He's gonna fall.
Well, I think the thing with boxing is like most like physical sports like that is if you go straight into like being coached and sparring with top level like fighters or coaches, you don't learn the same. Like the Taylor kid looks like he's actually been down to like a local gym
And just gone,
because
yo, train me real quick.
they'll teach you like a way to like listen. You need to be blocking and then striking. Whereas I think more with a professional, they work on the technique that you've already got, and then they go take you back to basics and kind of do that way. Whereas Gibbs learned basics straight from Vidal Riley, who's a boxer. So he'll be pushing him straight away instead of he never had that time to mess up and like just learn and like realize what he's doing is wrong.
Yeah. I
So
think Gibb just need that. Well, Vidal?
Vidal Riley,
Vidal Riley. I mean, he's amazing at, but he's a great boxer. But
have you seen his fights?
yeah, I've seen some of his fights. His fights are good. He hasn't. I don't think he's lost yet, has he?
I don't believe so.
No, but he's an upcoming boxer, and he basically taught JJ. But you see, JJ, I think, had some natural talent in it, whereas
But JJ's a better boxing build, to be fair, than Gibb was.
yeah, and then Gibbs just. I feel like Gibb just needed to kind of go to an actual proper boxing coach where they're going to train him properly instead of like a guy who already fights.
Yeah. And to be fair, when he trained the first time, he was training on the time that Vidal had, where Vidal wasn't training and he wasn't training KSI.
Yeah,
So he wasn't really getting the attention he needed. So I'm
yeah,
hoping this time, because he will be getting that attention, it'll be looking better.
yeah. I feel like I
You
feel like Gibbs going to lose this just based off skill.
could have told me my camera froze in the most ugly way.
Oh well, I just carried on. Wasn't too bothered. No, but I feel like Gibbs going to lose. I don't think he.
I think he's going to lose, but I'm hoping that he puts up a good fight.
Yeah, not like a fucking slipping up in first round TKO.
If he comes in walking like a crab again, I'm going to turn it off. Like I'm using it as a reason to drink with the boys. That's the only way I'm going to watch the fights.
Where you watching it?
I'm not going to watch them by myself. I don't know, but I'm sure I'll probably
Could
end up
probably do
sorting
it
something.
round mine.
Yeah, if Louis wakes up.
No, but I think we can make something out of it. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be funny.
Yeah.
No, but the
Def-
YouTube boxing scene at the moment, it's just a bit everywhere, really. Everyone wants a piece of it. Everyone's kind of going, oh, I want to have a fucking go. I want to have a go. I want to have a go. But
You see, the one person I think would be hilarious to see boxing is Rotoshaw, you know.
yeah. Oh yeah, what was it?
Because
There was who was it against Rice Gum? Ethan versus Rice Gum.
but it's two YouTubers, so it wouldn't happen.
Really?
Because the whole point of it's TikTok versus YouTube, isn't it? But
Yeah,
yeah,
I know. I don't think. I think it'll be a different event. That.
yeah.
But
But
that would be
imagine,
brilliant.
like,
I want to see Rice Gum absolutely get crushed by Ethan.
that's
Because
why I'm saying Harry though, because I think Harry in a press conference, fucking hilarious. Have you
yes.
seen the shit he says?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I think he'd be awkward to start with, and then as soon as Rice Gum said something, he'd be like, and just like ruin the kid.
Yeah.
And he's strong, you know.
Yeah, he's got the Guernsey farmer build.
The kid's
The
strength
Guernsey
in it.
the Guernsey rush. I
Lad,
think.
I rated really have him, you know. If he
I
was to
think
get someone against the ropes and start drilling him.
Yeah, I think Rotoshaw could have a seriously good like boxing skill.
Yeah,
Like he seems like that type of guy who would fucking put up a really, really, really good fight in that sort of
he
situation.
definitely wouldn't go down easy, if you know what I mean. Like
No, I
he'd be a
reckon
pain in the ass.
I reckon he's got a jaw made of steel.
Have you seen the shit he's done? He fell off a car in one of the Sidemen videos, absolutely wallops his head on the floor,
yeah. That was
and
so
just
fucking
stands up
funny.
and goes, "Well, I could have died." Just gets in the
Yeah.
car and starts drinking again.
Yeah.
Absolutely
it's
smashed off
fucking
of
hilarious.
Grey Goose.
Oh, it's fucking
Hilarious.
class. I mean, I think the YouTube boxing scene either needs to just stay YouTube and TikTok and stuff, or do nothing, because I don't find it respectful to the boxing community where they've all come up and they've come from nothing, become a massive boxer, made everything of themselves. Where YouTubers have already got that audience and it's easy.
That's the only thing that I like. Like I used to box. I know I'm really don't look it, but it's so
You're good as well.
hard. Pardon?
You're pretty good at it as well.
I did alright. I've not lost.
I've seen you in a few scraps.
Record was nice. But yeah, so allegedly. But yeah, it's the grind I've seen people put in is ridiculous, and the boxers I've seen, even just at my gym, like there was a kid, Scott Atwood. Oh, that kid, genuinely. Have you seen the video of Tyson? Is it Tyson Fury? I think it's Tyson Fury when he's up against the ropes and he's just dodging all these shots.
Yeah.
No joke. We'd gone down to Blackpool for a sparring session. This Scott kid is hanging out his arse. We drove to his house and made him come because our coach wasn't letting him off with it. We pick him up, we get to the gym, he's there, he gets put in the ring. He didn't have any stuff on him, so he's using my gloves, he's in his socks, in this thing, hanging out his arse, and still dominates this kid. This kid was 2 years older, taller, and a very good boxer. And he dominated him. And to get to that point, though, the work you have to put in is ridiculous. And like the sacrifice of time you have to put in. Like, yes, I know I've just said he came in like hanging out his arse after a night out.
He's put in some serious training before that.
But the work, like he worked hard. Like in the gym, he'd be sweating buckets, kind of thing. Like, and if someone was slacking, he'd even call him out on it, kind of thing. I did pad work with him, and I was knackered, bro. And as soon as he realised I was tired, I had to do 2 more rounds of pad work with him, kind of thing. Like, he was not nice. Great guy, but he was not nice.
Not a nice person to train
And then
with.
for like a YouTuber to come out of nowhere just because they're big at something else and get a shot that so many people work so hard for,
Dream for and never get.
literally, it really does take away, because then if they do go into boxing and they're not even that good, but they're good enough to stand up in the fight, and they end up going into boxing, that's taken a spot away from a kid who's
it's taking away opportunities in a way.
Yeah.
That's why I think they should just stick to their own type of thing.
Yeah, stick to
Like
what
they
you
could
good
have
at.
like a full-on league with a belt and everything. That's what JJ was trying to do. He started a league. He got a belt. There was a YouTube belt. He has it. He beat Joe Weller. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Logan Paul.
Drew.
And he has the belt, right? Why don't we just make a massive league out of that? We don't have to go to all these professional fights where fucking Jake Paul's fighting Ben Askren and Floyd Mayweather's fighting Logan Paul, and
Well, it's like the YouTube scene's already popping. Like, you'd get a big enough audience. Yes, obviously to start with, it might not be
all positive.
completely the audience you want.
Yeah.
But you'd start raking in the
Yeah,
audience.
like they could
you want.
like full on look, they teamed up with DAZN to do the Logan Paul
Yeah.
fight. I mean, like, fucking do that. Team up with DAZN and make like a full on like YouTube boxing platform instead of
an entertainers
or
platform even.
Yeah, exactly. Or like stop trying to like take over a sport that's been around for so long, and then you've just looked at it and gone, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Because they do have a lot of money, and a lot of power comes with that money, which means they can do whatever they want. They can give these big contracts that people dream of, type of thing.
Yeah.
And I just think it can bring the sport downhill in a way. It can reverse it.
It is what it is, though. It's gonna happen, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna be like that. But each to their own, I guess.
I know.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I think we've come to a conclusive end to this podcast.
We have. For the second time.
Yes, for the second time. Deck, would you like to say anything about comments?
Well, first, hopefully, I hope we've still managed to keep it entertaining.
Hopefully.
But honestly, leave comments about anything you want us to talk about because I'm on that. So just leave anything you want us to chat about, especially anything that's not going on, any random topics, anything like that, because then we can break it up for a bit for you guys instead of hearing YouTube after YouTube after YouTube or what's going on. And then if you've been drinking, leave how many you've drunk, obviously.
If you're
If you're
underage.
allegedly.
Allegedly, of course. We wouldn't want any accusations in chat. Oh, fucking hell, dog's barking. But I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you had a lovely time and a nice drinking experience. And
Feel free to check out the Instagram as well.
yeah, feel free to check out the Instagram at the Tap Podcast, where we post our new videos, and you can be the first to see them.
Hopefully we'll start getting more on there as well as lockdown and eases.
We'll start trying to see if we can get all the equipment to record in my basement. And hope you've had a good day, and hope you have a nice drinking experience. And goodbye.
See you next week.
See you next week.